Hello, welcome! My name is Oksana. I'm the founder of Astro Yoga. I'm a professional astrologer and yoga teacher. And in this video, I would like to talk with you about the difference between esoterics and exoterics. It's all spiritual science, it's all what we know about the world. And if you're curious about life, you have to watch this video and click the like button and share it with your friends. Because now we will talk about the truth and something that no one's told us before, something that you have to inquire, you have to learn by yourself. So first, what is religion and why so many people are refusing to follow religion right now? What's happened for the last century? Why before people for centuries, for thousands of years, they were following religion without asking any questions. Now people sort of start waking up and they ask themselves, why should we actually follow religion if it's all about politics? In many countries, it's not about spirituality anymore. It's about power abuse. It's about telling you the truth, which is not actually your truth, because no one can actually explain you why these rules are like this, why they are not working anymore. And for me, it was always a big question, because when I looked, I was grown in Ukraine, and when I looked at religious people who were going to church every week, who were following all the rules, all the scriptures, they were not happy, they were not smiling, they were not financially successful, and they were broken, they were like divorced even, or they were sick. I didn't understand why people who were loving God and following church so much, they were not successful in any area of their lives. So of course I wanted to find the reason why, and I wanted to find what actually works for us in this century, in this time. And I realized when I went to Tantra teacher training, they were talking about this truth which was hidden from people. The esoterics and the exoteric schools and all religions known to us right now are exoterics. So exoterics is translated from Greek as the outer, the open, and this religion was working for mass market. As you know, for example, you have H&M, so this is exoterics because it works for mass markets. It doesn't give you the best quality, but it's cheap, it's easy accessible, and it's easy to use, very practical. But if you want to have the best, if you want to know actually the truth, if you want to be the specialist in this area, you want to get the real knowledge, and you have to put some extra efforts for it. And this knowledge is called esoterics. And it's like Louis Vuitton or something if we compare, right, the brands. And how esoterics works and what is actually esoteric. So if you think about yoga, astrology, mysticism, Buddhism, and many very limited spiritual schools, it's esoterics. Tantra too, it's also esoterics. Because if you think before last century, this knowledge was not available to anyone apart from a small number of people who were living outside society in the jungles, in the mountains, and they were learning all their lives. The monks, they were born to pass the spiritual knowledge to other generations, but they were not sharing it with the public for one specific reason. And it's very interesting why they were not sharing. If this is the best knowledge, if this is the truth, why it was not shared with other people. And there is only one reason for it, because our society, humanity, was not ready yet. Last century, the mindset, the consciousness was not open yet to reach and to understand, to comprehend this unique, valuable spiritual knowledge. Because people were fine by just following rules, If you don't ask questions, why should you know the answers if you don't have any questions? But in the end of last century, our consciousness started waking up. And you've heard about many indigo people, or you have just observed that yoga came to the world, to the public, and also psychedelic drugs, hippies, all these things. And they help us to elevate the consciousness as a humanity and to become curious about big life questions like why we are here, what is the purpose of life, why should we build relationships or why should we work, and what is the main incentive in our life, how to become healthy and how to reach happiness, as easy as that. And then this is the moment when people start coming to esoterics. All religions are talking about the same truth, but they're not telling you all the truth. All of them are right, and if you follow these rules, it's not that I'm against religion. If you follow all the rules of, for example, Christianity, you will be able to have a nice, fulfilling life, but for some reason it doesn't work for most people. And when I came to yoga, to Tantra yoga, to Buddhism, I realized that it's not religion, it's philosophy of life. And they give you something much more than religion can give. They give you the power and the freedom to build your life the way you want it. And they give you the tools to pursue your dreams. For example, when I was completely sold for esoterics, when I did my teacher training, it was in Edinburgh 2 years ago, and the teacher, she was talking about esoterics, exoterics, and she was explaining us why we actually have to stay with one person, or why our sexual life has to be controlled and limited. And of course, many people don't know this truth, because all you know that it's not allowed, it's not good to sleep with many people, because you will be rejected by the society. But no one tells you why. They just put a lot of blame on you. But some people, they still do it because this is how they feel. And in Tantra Yoga, they explained the reason why, and this is so interesting. So basically, in our body, ancient Tantric yogis, they did a lot of research, but this research was internal. So they were meditating, they were reaching a deep state of meditation, and they have been receiving a lot of knowledge from above about the universe, about how life works, how it's created. And they received the knowledge that our body, when we are born, we have limited amount of life energy, which is called ojas. And we have specifically 3.5 drops of ojas in our body. And this energy is used for eating, for working, for reproduction, for everything, for life. So, and how do you think this ojas, this life energy, is used by men? The first thing and the only thing is ejaculation. That's why Tantra yogis, they practice, they learn how to have sex for hours, how to enjoy your body, your love, your spiritual connection to the maximum without losing your life energy. And by women, it's different. That this ojas is wasted by clitoral orgasm, by having babies, and by periods. And of course, you cannot sacrifice, you don't want to sacrifice the gift of becoming mother just to have more energy for yourself. It's not the question here. But the Tantric yogis, they're able to control their periods. They can actually control their sexual energy to the degree when they decide not to have any periods whatsoever until they decide to have baby. And then they can plan baby and they can actually make it the same day when they decide. So if you're interested more about Tantra, we will talk about it later, but this is just one of the examples how the spiritual truth is told from a religious point of view just by saying that you're not allowed, and how the spiritual truth is being told to you from esoteric point of view, from Tantra Yoga. This is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're curious about Tantra, if you have tried something before, if you know or if you have any questions, please let me know below in the comments so we can talk about it in our next session. And thank you so much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed. Have a lovely day and see you in my next videos. Bye bye.